beer.
Even the Jakes though, they like to like chill, drink, barbecue and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Even Jakes like to chill.
Even in the winter, you ain't gonna find us out here. You know, in the winter, only to come out to camp. You know. But you know, in the summer we do more things and we go out and do more things. But in the winter, this starts calming down. So it says in the 7th century, an independent cognate in the northern Caucasus along the Caspian Sea. So it says where over time Judaism became the state religion. So this was around the North Caucasus, you know, the Caucasus Mountains.
And the important thing about 700 AD or 7 AD is at that time the Moors were claiming Islam, and there was Christians like what's it called, the Byzantine Empire, Constantinople, and Judaism. So they were having wars. And these Khazars, they were like, man, these motherfuckers are gonna take everything. You know, say this one's gonna be good.
Yeah, because wasn't it? This is 7th century. Was it the Lombards too? Were also around that time too, right? Up north of Italy, the Lombards.
That's a lot of history, man. It's a lot of history.
In that 7th century, Saxon.
And you can't have no calcified pineal gland looking like a burnt Cheeto trying to understand the scriptures.
Yeah. Because all the, like I said, the history connects to the scriptures, you know? There's a lot that...
It's got to be plump, baby.
Yeah.
So it was around the 7th century, right? So it goes on to say, some historians have looked for possible connections between the Khazars and the lost tribes of Israel.
Ah, shit.
See, they already tried to find connections between Khazars and the lost tribes of Israel. But look, it says, but modern scholars generally consider them to be Turks.
Oh, damn.
They're Turkish.
Hey, and that's important too, because the Armenians got displaced by the Turkish people, and the Armenians were the last of the Byzantine Empire.
Yeah.
They said, you know, they straight up Edomites.
Yeah. I mean, well, they claim that after that the Arabs, right? They claim
they claim some crazy stuff.
But they do look like, you know what I mean?
But if one of those Armenians came up here and, you know, we try to talk to them, they'll probably feel like, hey man, this is pretty cool. This is like, you know, I can dig this.
Yeah.
So it said they consider them to be Turks who migrated from the east.
You
know?
Hey, and Turkey is west of Israel, so east would be Israel, and then also Petra, Edom.
And it says scholars in the former USSR considered the Khazars to be indigenous people of the North Caucasus.
Damn.
So they're that's where they come from. You know, that's where their genes are. You know, and that's where the 13 tribes come in. There's a book called The 13 Tribes by Arthur Koestler. Arthur Koestler, and he's the one that made the book 13 Tribes, because in that book he breaks it all down. You know, it's so detailed because he breaks down how the Khazars they became another group of people called the Ashkenazi Jews.
Yep. I got a piece for you.
Go for it.
This is Job 30:6. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. So that was, let me get 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. So that's the Caucasus Mountains.
And that was in the Dark Ages, because
Around 700 AD.
they had to flee to the mountains, you know.
Jeez.
Yeah, because he even calls them base men, right? In that same chapter, calls them base men.
So that book, the 13 Tribes, it talks about the Khazars became the Ashkenazi Jews. Now, I got the Ashkenazi Jews in the Wikipedia. Now, first off, just the name Ashkenazi Jews don't even sound right, you know, because Ashkenazi, a part of that name goes back to Nazi.
Yeah.
You know, Ashkenazi Jews. That's all you're saying. It is Nazi Jews.
And that is Yiddish.
Yeah.
And they
Yiddish
and those
is-
people, those Khazars spoke Yiddish, not Hebrew.
That's what it's gonna say too. So it says Ashkenazi Jews, also known, or by using the Hebrew, are Jewish diaspora population. Jewish diaspora. That means a dispersed. You know.
They got dispersed.
Let's see. Who coincide in the Holy Roman Empire around the end of the first millennium. So they're from the Romans. You know, they come from the Roman Empire.
And that's why it's super important to be when you're a man of the Lord, you got to get into the history. You got to get into the scriptures, man. You got to read all the time, man.
Connect, which, you know,
Yeah.
connect.
I mean, I can't read through a chapter without getting in the spirit and searching other things up just to match up those things. That's how I came up with that lesson in Ecclesiastes 16. I just sat down to read. Next thing you know, I'm doing the lesson.
Yeah. That's how it happens though. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, because the more facts you gather, the more faith you're gonna
build. Yeah.
The more you're gonna build up
You're
your
gonna
faith.
build, yeah.
You know, you're gonna start believing more. So it says their languages are Yiddish, Yiddish, English, and Russian.
Uh-oh.
Who does that sound like? Sound
Hey.
like Edomites,
Hey.
right?
Hey, that sounds crazy.
Now check out their related ethnic groups.
Baby.
Okay. It says their related ethnic groups are the Samaritans, the Assyrians, the Arabs, and the Spaniards, and the Italians. Those are all heathen nations.
Yeah.
Those are the related. If you look at the table of nations, of the heathens of the table of nations, that's like their table of nation right there.
And those are all tribes of Edom.
And it said there,
Hold on, let me say something about that. That was a hiss from the bus, but guess who also hisses? Snake and the serpent. And when I said those are the tribes of Edom, that's when that bus hissed. So they're the snakes. They're the devils.
because it said the traditional diaspora language of Ashkenazi Jews is Yiddish with elements of Hebrew, Aramaic, and Slavic languages developed after they have moved into Northern Europe.
See? After.
They developed that language, you know? So now, Revelation 2 and 9.
This is Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So it's real easy to see who are not the Jews. Just look at the ones who are saying they are Jews. They are the Jews.
Just look at, just go, and if you have a TV and you can watch what's going on in Israel, the country of Israel right now, it's a whole bunch of fucking faggotry, a whole bunch of bullshit, nonsense.
Yeah, war.
Mm-hmm.
Those ain't the people, man.
They got the women in the military.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man, it's bullshit. They're and the people believe, oh yeah, they are the real people. Well, how the fuck do you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They say they're the Jews, but hold on, where's the rest of your nations?
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
you just saying there's only one nation, the Jews. You know, but
Southern Kingdom.
where's Asher? Where's
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Where's Reuben?
Gad.
Where's Gad? Where's Manasseh? Where's Ephraim?
Where they at?
Because it tells you in
yeah.
Hebrews 8 and 8, you know, all tribes coming to that second.
The new covenant.
Yeah, Jeremiah 31:2.
And if vocab said that the Edomites are done away with, then why are those people calling themselves Jews?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
What is it? The 1946?
The 1946,
48ers.
yeah, 48 or something like that.
Yeah, 48ers. Yeah, because even was it on Ezekiel the 37 and 19th verse though talks about that stick of Joseph, put together. That's why the wood, the stick, this right here, they ain't them 30 rats over there. They ain't doing what we're doing out here though. This is the wood, the stick that we were talking about in that verse right there.
And if you take a look at the curses, they don't fit none of the curses because those motherfuckers are rich.
yeah. Fucking guys have money and shit though.
They live in different countries and then they go to Israel and chill out.
Yeah, they have their own communities here in Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, they have their own communities here in Babylon.
Man,
it's fucking crazy.
They're full of shit. Full of it.
That's where Job hands given to the wicked though. Covers the judge, the faces.
All right, that's a good one.
Those good, man.
And also you can get Revelation 3 and 9.
3 and 9, yeah. Got it.
Because the scripture said that this was going to happen, that there was going to be a nation trying to call themselves the Jews.
Let me read this one again. Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
That one goes with this one.
Revelation 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
Yeah, hey, that sounds like slavery.
Yahweh Shai, he was the one that was gonna make these people say that I'm the Jews,
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that was gonna do that, and he was the one that was gonna make these other countries, come to worship us, because they see our God, they see the power that our God has, and they want that power. And that's in.
They want to be everything but themselves. They want to claim to be everything but themselves.
That's why they love celebrating Halloween.
Yeah.
So yeah, Revelation.
They want to be everyone now, but except for Esau in the book, which they really are though, because they know what's about to come to Esau, So they don't want that to happen to them, but it's a prophecy. It's gonna happen though.
And that goes to show you, in everything that they do, they like to claim things that's not theirs.
Yeah.
They claimed all the land. They claimed gold in the California gold rush. Claiming somebody else's identity.
Push people out.
Mm-hmm.
Push them out. Claim the woman too and shit. Ravish them,
But when the Lord comes back, it's going to be payback. It's going to be righteous.
Yeah. Okay, so Zechariah 8 and 20.
This is Zechariah 8 and 20. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai a host, it shall yet come to pass that there shall come people and the inhabitants of many cities.
So there's going to come a time when there's going to be people there's going to be people coming from inhabited cities, you know, like people coming from the mountains. You know, there's going to be people coming from the mountains wanting to come and live in the land, you know, and keep going.
And the inhabitants of one city shall go to another, saying, let us go speedily to pray before the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and to seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai a host. I will go also.
So people from one city shall go into another city, and I will say, let us pray to your Lord, you know, and keep going.
Thus said Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass.
So lock it out, verse 22.
Oh, 22? Yeah, many people and strong nations shall come to seek Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts in Jerusalem, and to pray before Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
So many people are going to come to seek the Lord, you know. And what is everybody doing? All these heathen nations are praying to Jesus, but you know, they think it's the God of the Bible. And this will be the last verse on 23.
Zechariah 8 and 23. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is with you.
So there's going to be 10 men, you know, representing, could be 10 nations, you know, and they're going to come. It said they're going to come, shall take a hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. So the real Jews, you know, how we wear our garments, they look like skirts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But these other nations, you know, they see us wearing these garments because they're the law, statutes, and commandments.
And you know what else spiritually? Every time we're up here in camp and people pass by and look at us and go around us and look at us and do that, that's what they're doing. They're getting ready to be like, oh man, they're looking at our skirt. They're going to one day grab onto it. And that doesn't mean just men. Their children and their women are going to do that. We're gonna be literally beating people. Get the fuck away from me.
Like they're trying to grab onto it, saying, take us with you, you know, just like how that woman grabbed onto the garment of Yahushai.
And she healed herself. And Yahushai felt that power go from him.
Yeah, because this is our power, you know, our garments are our power. It's like our capes, you know, because it gives us remembrance of the law, statutes, and commandments.
And it's not like a Superman cape, because when you look at Superman, you think, man, that fool's a fruit. Look how skin tight that shit is. And women like it. But another man looks at us and looks at our capes, and they're like, man, they look kind of rowdy, kind of rugged.
So with that, you know, hope that's edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Hashem Kakodash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Camps for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings and hope will scattered around the world. Shalom.
Shalom.